Welcome once again. It's a Thursday night, 6 o'clock, actually 6:10. Welcome to another edition of the Overtime Sports Show, where you get your local, regional, and of course, national news all about sports. But tonight, it's all about CC Winn soccer. We got the assistant coach, Jose Manuel Hernandez. We got our good friend, head coach, class of 95, my classmate, Christian Rodriguez. And of course, class of 90 over here, Abel De Los Santos. He's the girls coach. So we got CC Winn Soccer and what's going on with their programs. Thank you guys for joining us today.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us here.
Of course, last night we had live on our YouTube channel and our Facebook pages. We had CC Winn girls as they lost 2-0. I'm sorry, we're at the pitch. They lost 2-0. Let's get the proper pronunciation of this. But as we talk, guys, about the program and what the program is all about, your programs. We're at Chancellee's Pizzeria. Come on down, 1296 Darrow Boulevard is the place to be. The Chicago Dog, which we will get our hands on tonight. Yeah, that's part of the perks of having the show here.
Nice. Awesome.
In the Overtime Sports Show. But don't forget to call 776-7656, the number to call to get your orders to go. Or if you want to come in and just register or come in and reserve a table, come on by. You know, they got the deep dish. They have, of course, the Chicago duck that we usually love to munch on. And they got sandwiches. They got pastas. They got salads. They got wings. You name it, they got it. Come on by. 1296 Darrow Boulevard. The gentleman does not know what a day off is. 7 days a week from 11 to 11. So we start with the girls' side because, again, we caught them live last night. Coach, great game. Of course, you guys are still 0 haven't won a district game. But nonetheless, last night, let's put this thing. Coach Jose M. Hernandez is my hero. That's from Ray. Coach, let's talk last night against Legacy. You mentioned to me before the game it was going to be who won the middle and to control the middle of the field. Of course, they did a little bit of better job, but your defense played big, and both your goalies played tremendous. And Castro and Ariola. Ariola had some great saves. Mm-hmm. Castro had some saves at the beginning. Of course, one of those saves was a rebound. They shot it. They put it in the back of the net, and they went up 1-0. And then on a crosser, she was kind of on the near post, and they shot it to the far post. It's one of those things where she wasn't she was in position for one, but not the other. You see right behind us. Now you know sports. Yeah. Now you know. Coach, yeah, let's talk about last night's game.
Well, it was a good game. We knew from the beginning of the game that they're going to be shooting a lot. They don't like to shoot from the inside. They like to shoot a lot from the outside. So we were already expecting that they were going to shoot. And we could have controlled the middle more. With the mids, if we could control more of the ball, they would have less shots. But our defense kept us in the game because they were really, really working for finding the ball and working not letting them take a shot. They were real physical also with them. So they weren't comfortable taking those shots, and our goalies were ready. They knew what they were expecting because we played them, and they kind of played the same way since the first time we played them.
And talking about also your midfielders in Leseca, Carmona, and Brianna Perez, they did a tremendous job in the middle, trying to win those 50-50 balls, trying to get possession, trying to get the ball up to your striker Hernandez.
Yes, our junior Lisette Carmona has been our heart when it comes to the middle. She really works hard. She never gives up. She goes all out all the time, and she's the one who keeps the team together and recuperates the ball. And if we have a long shot, that's her specialty. Like in a direct kick, she's already made 3 goals from the 30, 40 yard line.
Yeah.
3 awesome goals. So that's her thing. A strong kick from far away.
And some other girls to kind of look at as far as defensively, Ruby Flores, she's feisty. She was there was a couple of possessions there that she really was going toe to toe with I guess it was number 17, on the far side. Not quite sure, remember who it was, because I don't think I had her. De La Rosa for them, also the sophomore. Of course, they had Guzman, who I think scored last night, and Camarillo, Camarillo was another one. But their midfielders, Naomi Ijada, they didn't let her do much, and it looked like she was the captain midfielder, the girl that that can get through defense, but she managed not to, you know.
We were trying to keep her in check. That way she wouldn't have those open shots. And so we were working on not letting them shoot from the middle and maybe to the outside.
Yeah.
Our left defender, which is a senior, Sammy Cortines, really did a good job over there, not letting it go through. On the right side, we had a little bit of trouble, but we still maintained. Number 7 was the one that's really making all the havoc there. Very fast girl.
Yeah.
She's the one making all the passes there.
But you had your girls changing in and out. Of course, you had Ruby Flores. You had another one that they kind of we were talking to. It was number 3, Brianna Rodriguez, also came into the game as we were going through. Hilda Silva was also another one that again was trying to control that middle for you as much as she could on the right on the near side.
For the Lady Mavericks, we had last night a 2-0 game between the.
We're catching some of the action from last night, and right there you see on this clip you see number 17 Herrera, which is your striker.
Yes, she's our aggressive striker who's always ready to get that ball and try to go forward, and she can go one-on-one against everybody. She's super fast. The thing is that they have 3 or 4 on her, so it's pretty hard for her to do everything on her own.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're trying to compliment her going through the sides with her.
And that was one thing that when we talked to Coach from Legacy, it was the one touch or the quick passing and getting into. For you were trying to do that. You were trying to get Herrera in space, but it was the fact that when you got her in space, it was either an overpass or just not getting the ball to her,
right.
In open space.
Right. Yeah. We were having that hard time getting that ball through the defenders and the other defenders were ready. As soon as we make that pass, they cut the ball and they went the other way.
As we turn our attention to the boys' side, you guys went up to Legacy last night, and just what's from this team compared to last year's team? What's the biggest difference? You guys are right now in 7th, kind of in the mix. I think there's a couple of teams. As I looked at the standings, you're 3-8-1 and you lost 1-0 last night to Legacy.
Yeah.
Which I believe you tied or you lost in penalty kicks the first time around. What came from that to this one losing 1-0?
I think for the most part, we've been very, very consistent, and not just kind of this year. Even last year, we have a strong group of guys that can do some special things with the ball. I mean, we're not going to be the biggest, we're not going to be the fastest, but we're consistently able to control the ball, and we've done it almost every single game, right?
Yes, sir.
The thing that we lack is going to be that little aggressiveness, that little just a nose for putting the ball into the goal, and that's what kind of hurt us last night as well. We had opportunities,
as what we call it. You put the biscuit in the basket, right?
Yeah, you know it, yeah.
Well, Coach, and looking through your 3 wins, I mean, your 3 wins in district play have been twice to South End, and 1 to Southside, right? Mm-hmm. And you're not far behind. I mean, you're what, maybe 2-3 games. If you kind of run the table, you might get into that 4th spot. It depends because you have games against John Jay. You do have games against Harlan. You do have McCullum also coming up. And those were close games too. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken.
No, I mean, we've been almost in almost every game. I think we can stand toe to toe with almost anybody. That first district game against MacArthur, we didn't know really what to expect, and it was like the coach said from them, playoff kind of intensity, and it was 1-0. Yeah, we just could not find that goal to tie it or that extra goal to go ahead, and it's been like that for other games. I know sometimes it seems like we lose just on little things. Like last night, it was tight. We controlled most of the game. We possessed the game. We just couldn't finish. We kept trying. We kept trying, and then they set up a free kick, and our goalie, being a freshman, made a simple mistake and stood behind the wall instead of moving over, and that was the difference.
Was that set piece? Was that set piece to where he should have played the far goal, the far post
because
instead of the near post?
You put your wall and you play the numbers.
Yeah,
you put the wall so that it makes it harder for them to make it on that side. But he stood behind the wall instead of taking a step or two towards the opposite direction. And sure enough, the guy saw him standing behind the wall and hit it right to that corner where he left open.
There you go. As far as your team, and we'll talk. You said the freshman. What's his name?
Nicolas.
Nicolas.
Yeah, and this was. I mean, I'm not going to put it on him because I mean, we had a senior goalie that kind of just fell off a little bit, and Nicolas kind of stepped up. He's a freshman, and he's been one that the seniors actually have asked for. Like, hey, put him at goal. We trust him. He came up with some great plays. He did
some great saves.
Oh yeah,
much like last night with Coach over here.
And
there's a lot of saves.
Yeah, and he can move. And it was just that little just
lapse of
judgment.
Yeah, well, kind of. Hey, you know what? I'm going to play it off here. Or I'm going to play it off there. Coach, talk about what's your how many seniors do you have on the team?
We have a bunch of seniors.
We got 9.
Yeah,
9 seniors. So it's kind of a senior-led team.
Oh yeah.
But they, like you mentioned, they look at the underclassmen and they ask for this particular.
Mm-hmm.
But from your edges, as far as from your guys on the edge and your gunner or not gunners, but your forwards, and in the middle, who's to watch for in the middle?
Well, to be honest, we got a group. That group, we have a group of. I always said we have a group of mids.
Okay.
And it's kind of interesting to try and see where we can put them in a position where they can have an opportunity at scoring. We didn't have like a definite goal scorer. We've been missing that. It was supposed to be a group effort. And so they all can move the ball. They can all be aggressive. They can all do things. But just that finishing touch is what we've been lacking. And, we would have been probably in the top 3 right now if we had somebody that could, consistently put that ball in the net.
Well, and we talked last week. We had the coaches from Ingo Pesai, and they had they have some foreign exchange students that lately we've had some come in and to play soccer.
We have to, yeah.
So who wants to take it first? How many do you guys have, and who's
well,
who?
Do you have any?
No, but we're looking for some. Especially from Brazil.
Well, did you have some last year or the previous years? No,
we never had.
No.
Well,
had one.
We have 2 this year. We have a Brazilian and we have an Italian. The Brazilian though is ineligible. He was ruled ineligible.
Oh, okay.
So he's really good. I mean, he's something
He's on
special. And his name is Vinicius, like Vinny. Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right there. He's a soccer player.
Yes. And the other one's Italian, and he actually he's been good. He's a good defender. He moves the ball around. He almost scored for us last night. It would have been nice. It would have sent us into another hemisphere there, but they're good kids, and we appreciate what they've done. And Vinny knows his role is going to not be part of playing varsity games, but he gives it all in practice. He prepares us. We get a good picture with him playing against him.
Yeah,
and it's nice to have those kind of kids.
Well, you guys have been together for it looks like 18
forever.
16 years. Yeah.
Like
So what's the
married.
dynamic in y'all's locker room as far as getting the team together? Is Coach Hernandez a hoopra, kind of coach, and you kind of the laid back, Popovich kind of
Kind of.
thing?
That works that way.
I guess I'm the yeller, the screamer, and that coach talks to him, daddy.
No, I mean, Coach does a great job.
Discipline, and you're like,
it.
You're right. Yeah.
Coach brings energy. I mean, coach brings energy, but he also, has a big heart with the kids, and the kids connect with coach. I mean, they love the fact that he's going to be hard on them, and they respect that and they respond to that.
Coach, talking about also some other guys that you might want to note out. What formation do you guys run as far as when you run that?
Well, formation we haven't run.
Yes.
Because I know, Coach, you said you run a 1-4.
4-1-4.
Yeah, 4-1-4.
Which is basically like 5 midfielders and one forward.
And 1-4.
More defensive than attacking.
Okay. So you're in the defensive mode instead of the attack mode.
Right.
For most part. You're looking for the quick transition, so to speak, where
Or
you're going
we
to
can use the sides on the wings.
Yeah, the
go
wings.
up.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, I knew I had that word in my I was gonna say wings, but I
Those
keep
are the
thinking
wings,
about football and saying gunners because the gunners are on the edges, but wings, wings.
Those are the wings.
So for you guys, I mean, are your wings kind of your bread and butter to get the ball out there?
We play through the middle.
Everything's through the middle.
We have to. That's where our strength is. That's where our strength is. And so our returners, our stars, Chuy Perez, we got Obi Garcia, we got Justin, we got Sergio Prieto. All those guys are strong inside, and we got to use it. And we do. We do a great job of combination play. We do a great job of letting the ball go, moving the ball. I mean, it frustrates the hell out of other teams that we can come up with some great just possession play.
Yeah.
Possession. We will hold the ball. We will do everything that we can. Just, the lacking of scoring at the end of it.
You got McCullum coming up on Saturday. That's going to be our Saturday game of the week.
This Saturday.
This Saturday we're going to be, of course, broadcasting McCullum versus CC Winn. We're going to get a taste of what you guys bring to the table out in the field. I haven't had a chance to see you guys, but I have the opportunity this Saturday. So make sure you guys tune into our YouTube channel. Now you know EPTX. I don't know if it's up there. We got Pete's up there right now.
You know.
Yeah.
You know.
And again, also on our Facebook page, now you can go subscribe to our YouTube channel. It means the world to us because when you subscribe and then when you press the notification, you're going to find out when we're live and what we're doing. Of course, we're going to do volleyball, football, basketball, baseball, softball, soccer, track. We did a track meet.
I saw that. Yeah, that was nice.
It was don't remind me. 5 hours of
5 hours.
The great thing about it is I had JV Villaseñor, who was a United coach. He's originally from here, of course.
Yeah.
But he didn't have anything to do because his jumpers weren't going to jump. So he was up there because it was a cold day.
It was cold, right?
So he was up there, and I was like, "Hey, guess what? You're sitting in this press box. You're gonna sit with me, and we're gonna talk."
You put in the work, basically.
Yeah, put in the work. Of course, his brother Gabriel Villaseñor is a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
He's also works at the where I work at the county. So we're out there. We're having fun. We're talking. We're talking football. We even got Chisholm talking for a little bit. We had Javi also talking a little bit, and of course he loves the broadcasting. And I was like, you know what, this is your debut, man. He did the 1,600 meter run. So again, it's one of those things where we love to make sure we get the kids involved, and knowing that, hey, that's what we do. This is our community.
Yeah.
And so leading up to of course McCullum this Saturday, and then you have 3 games after that. Southwest, and you come home against John Jay. How, for both of you, is John Jay, of course, Medina Valley left.
Yeah.
Went to CJ.
Yeah.
Then we got 2 strong teams kind of.
And then you bring them in.
At one point we were glad, and then there was 2 like it's better to have Medina Valley.
So Jay came in, and who else came into the district?
MacArthur.
Okay.
Yeah.
So those 2 schools are. Well, John Jay is known for basketball.
Yeah. Yes.
As far as soccer is concerned, I haven't heard much of them.
They were good.
They were good?
They've been good. Yeah.
I mean, Southwest, Southwest, South San, those guys, Harlan, Hardendale, them. They've been in the district here. But having those two teams.
I think John Jay has a lot of competition on the north side. I mean, they're good,
Yeah.
but there's a lot better teams out there in the north side. So that's why they might not be like number one, number two, but they're real good. If they compare to anybody else, they're pretty good.
Coach, you've been at it for 25 years.
25 years.
18 being the head coach for the girls at Winn, and 6 at AP High.
That is correct.
How your career in coaching and finding different, because again, the era that you started in is not the era that we're in right now.
Right.
As far as athletes,
it has changed. It has changed from back then when no one used to have cell phones. Now to everybody has cell phones and watches and everything on smart. The athletes have changed a lot. It's not the same like they used to.
Can you say the same, Coach, as far as on the boys' side, as far as the type of athlete that you coached back when you started to now?
There's definitely some changes, of course. I mean, Coach introduces that aspect of technology. So to get them off the phone, to get them a little bit more focused, a little bit more team oriented. Sometimes it's a little bit more of a challenge. It's not just about them. I think the selfishness plays a part in it, that they want, they want pictures for, their Instagram,
for Instagram and TikTok and all that stuff.
They're focused about getting somebody to take pictures instead of the game. We got a big game coming up. We need to make sure we can focus. And I mean, I coached Teeters when I first started coaching.
Reese.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the coach for the Eagles now. I mean, he was on that first team that I helped Coach Apolinar Garza coach.
Yeah.
And so, him, Chris Cortez was on that team. Pete Venegas was on that team. I mean, all these, athletes.
Yeah.
And we don't necessarily have that level of athlete, but we've got some great players, and they're smart, and they're dedicated to that sport. So they're not necessarily, great big difference. They're competitors.
Your boy's already leaving. Why is he leaving?
Girlfriend.
Oh, that's what it is.
He's gonna have to do homework, right?
Yeah. What kind of homework?
So he's on the team.
Yeah, he's on the team.
Obviously,
yes.
You also had your other son.
Yes. My 2 other sons. Yes.
Yeah. So how the dynamic of coaching your sons, it is different when you do like youth sports.
Yeah.
To high school sports.
Yes.
What's the dynamic about? What is it like?
Well, I mean, athletes are more pressure. There's more pressure, right? And I think I give Coach a lot of credit. I know, especially remember with Chris, he had to kind of remind me, hey, you got to give him his due too. You can't be too hard on him because just because he's your son, right? And but I appreciate them being here because both my Andres and Daniel, they were better basketball players. They were better basketball players, but they came over to Winn with me, and I appreciate them and the fact that they were there with me.
You went to playoffs a couple of years ago. When was it, Coach? The last time you guys went to playoffs? 2 years ago, right?
The seniors were what? Freshmen? Sophomores.
So the 22-23 season?
Something like that, yes.
Let me check that.
When we went to the first round was against Alamo Heights.
You were fourth. Yeah, you were fourth in that.
Yes.
You were fourth place in that 8-5-1, and you guys played Alamo Heights, and you lost 2-0.
Yeah. That was a good game. It was a good game. Yeah.
So 2 years ago, just removed from playoffs and going through, how has that changed, or what, as far as the program is concerned, is it always been the same kind of message every year, or have you kind of changed with, how the kids come in and?
I think it changes.
Changes?
The difference, what kind of kid you get.
Okay.
It's not like the same one. You're gonna drill.
Yeah.
The other kids, you have to. You know what? Let me talk to you.
Gotcha.
So it's like that changed.
For you, I know that you've been to the playoffs.
We've been twice to the playoffs. As the Mavericks. Yes.
As the Mavericks.
Yeah.
And excuse me, I'm sorry. When was the last? Let me go check and see. When was the last time that you?
Oh my God.
When was it? When it was? We had that.
Well, before the pandemic.
The joint playoff game against Veterans Memorial, when we both played at.
Yes,
Southwest.
that was the last
the
time. Yeah.
yeah.
When was that? Yeah. That was our last
You
time.
guys
We
got
played
it.
first, and then you guys
19?
played
That was 19.
19?
2019.
Maybe.
What was it? 18, 19, or 1920?
It was one of those. I think it might.
Let me
I
go
think it
check.
was
Coach. Let me go check.
19.
Well, no, not that one. Then it should have been. It should have been the other one. 1920.
That was a good opportunity for because both our schools made it to playoffs, and we were able to play
No, it wasn't that one
at
either.
the same location.
So then was it
18.
17, 18?
Sure.
No.
No, but back then, not a lot of people would put all that information there.
Okay,
Yeah. I don't
Got
think it's-
you.
Yeah.
so Max Prep was in its infancy.
Yes,
Right,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Now everybody
And
starts
not
putting
everybody-
stuff.
yeah. Now they're requiring us to put, for playoffs and stuff like that, we have to put that information in.
Gotcha.
Right. Yeah.
Let me go check 18, 19 for you for the boys maybe. Yeah, you were 13-3 that year.
That's the
You were
that's
you
the
were-
year.
Yeah.
Well, we had some good years there.
Dripping Springs, you beat Jefferson, and you lost to Dripping Springs.
The year before, 2 years before.
Yeah, we had a string of.
You had a I
Yes.
know you guys had a string
Yeah.
of teams that went to the
Yes,
playoffs.
yes.
So
And then this one was where those guys, Alexis was a senior, right?
They were
Alex.
seniors, and Alex Flores broke his
Broke his
toe.
toe. Yeah.
oh,
The
okay.
game before.
And that Jefferson game, our main score. This score, I mean, we had this score that was just kind of amazing. I mean, he had like 60 goals in the season. He was one of the top scorers in the state. Not a lot of attention, and we did kind of, depend on him a lot.
Yeah.
So, but that was a great team, and that Jefferson game, he actually pulled a muscle right warming up before the game, and Jefferson had built this whole strategy to try to stop him, and he wasn't on the. He wasn't on the team. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm signaling. No, I don't want a 30-second timeout right now.
Omaha.
Omaha. Yeah, see? We know what it is right here when we say this. Javi, the best server here. He's at Chance at Least. Make sure you guys come on by. We're talking with the coaches here, CC Winn from soccer. Coach Hernandez, Coach Rodriguez, Coach De Los Santos. We got much more. I know my producer is producing the show from home. He's put some stuff out there. Don't forget that we also have our entertainment and our news with Ruben Camarillo and Veronica Peña. That's their side of the coin. My side, sports. Yes. Now you know sports. Now you know. Coach, talking to you and going through the schedule that you have left in the season. I know you have 4 games left, right? I think we didn't mention yesterday. We were talking before the game.
Yeah. We have the number 1 team in the district. We have number 2 team. We have number 4 team. We're gonna play against those. So yeah, we're gonna have tough battle in the last 4 games of the season. Our last game against Southside should be a very competitive game.
Well, look, Coach, you're gonna be a spoiler for somebody.
I hope so.
Right?
I hope so. We're gonna get it all we got.
I mean, again, Coach, like I mentioned, I saw firsthand the game.
Yeah.
And yes, of course, you lost to them 4-0 at their home,
Right.
but you were able to contend or contain them and only allow those 2. But even those 2 goals, I mean, one of them was earned.
Yeah.
The other one was kind of one of those
we
rebound.
get-
It was rebound shots where, I mean, Castro did a tremendous job diving for the ball on a shot, and the ball just
Slipped out.
she was going to do this, and the ball kind of trickled away,
They just
and it
pushed
was
it in.
it was just kind of a rebound that type of thing. And what do you do
What
with
are we
those?
gonna do?
Yeah,
Yeah,
what do you
yeah,
do with those?
And I think that's part of their strategy. Shoot from outside, ball comes in, and they're trying to push it in if they can.
Yeah, exactly.
that's part of their
With the
strategy.
rebound, yeah. So, of course, you got McCullum at McCullum. You're here for Southwest, and then you go to John Jay,
John Jay.
and then you're back
That's
home
home.
against Southside.
Right.
So, understanding, well, yeah, John. No, I'm not going to San Antonio, Coach. I'm looking at the date, and I'm looking at the
It's
time.
gonna
I
be
was like,
Saturday in San
Yeah,
Antonio.
no, I'm looking at it Saturday.
Yeah, you've been traveling. You've been traveling a little too much, Freddie. You need to chill,
My
man.
producer has told me yes. I've been traveling a lot lately. Of course,
Time to
we
take a
had
break.
time to take a break. Yeah, we've put some miles on the car of course, we had Judson and Eagle Pass.
Mhm.
Kudos to them.
Oh, that's a good game. Yeah.
Want to send a shout out to David Chisholm. We want to get the team on our show because they had 9 seniors.
Yeah.
So it was a senior-led team, and again, it was a. I'd rather lose by. I'm a coach myself. I've coached all my kids, but growing up, but I would rather lose by 20 or 30 than by 1 point.
Yeah.
Knowing the fact
that's tough.
You're
Right?
gonna make Coach Rodriguez cry.
Yeah.
Okay. Did I
Right.
something there?
Yeah.
What happened? Why you
One zero
saying
last
that?
night.
Oh, 1-0.
That's it.
That's interesting because for that basketball team, it was a great effort. I mean, and we were talking. I mean, because it's the last time they made playoffs.
32 years.
I was
We were sophomores.
and I had traveled with that team. Yeah, I had traveled with that team. Yes.
It was
Opperman.
Chris Opperman. And actually,
yeah,
we had
JoJo.
JoJo.
And remember how the
Eddie Morales, our state representative, also.
yes, the
he was-
house would be. Remember? Those?
Yeah, the gym was
rocking.
packed
Yes.
all the time during the 90s.
Yeah.
Of course, the last time the Eagles actually won back-to-back championships was in the homeboy era, 83, 84, 85.
Mhm.
So, but
That's a great team.
yeah, those were
Yes.
great
Oh,
teams.
Yeah.
And I Victor Rodriguez. I remember some of the guys from Schussler. Started Schussler was there.
Yes.
Like, you can go back
Banda.
in the 80s and Banda.
Banda.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Gume.
Yeah.
Gume, yeah.
Oh my God, those are guys.
so, and it's funny because we always talk about the teams in the past,
Uh-huh.
and we go with football.
Uh-huh.
You kind of who was it in football, who was it in basketball, baseball.
Baseball.
You have to go back for soccer when 1995, 96. We played.
Yeah. I played on
Yeah,
that my senior year. I played.
That was
soccer.
against Sherilyn? Was it
No,
against?
we didn't play Sheridan.
No.
There was only 2 teams in our district.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Del Rio.
Del Rio and us.
Oh, okay.
So we made it to playoffs
Yeah.
by default, basically, right?
You guys first, you guys second.
Yeah.
And,
whoever won the 2 out of 3,
Del Rio,
right?
yeah,
Whoever won the 2
Del
out of 3.
Rio. So we went to go play Taft.
Uh-huh.
Was it Taft or no?
I don't remember.
What was the school that was there downtown? The San Antonio.
Downtown.
Jefferson?
No,
Or
not Jefferson.
Burbank.
Fox Tech.
Burbank.
No,
Burbank.
not Burbank.
Oh,
They kind of closed it down for a while.
Fox
then-
Tech.
Fox Tech. There you go.
Fox.
We
Okay.
played the playoff game against Fox Tech, and it was 9-0.
9-0.
Yeah.
But
And
that year you guys played mid team.
Oh my God.
we were co-ed.
see?
What was
Co-ed
Max
game.
Prep working or no?
No.
Max Prep.
And well, our board president was on JV that year. He was a goalie.
Barrera.
Yes.
Yes.
Jorge Barrera. Wow.
Yeah.
I think he was getting ready to put Eddie Morales, our the Texas State representative. I think he was putting him up on our show here. Like I said, when the producer takes care of this, I'm just
Yeah,
talking and
okay.
doing what I got to do to make sure that we get the content to you guys. Because if not, I would be listening to you guys and I'll be moving. Yeah, power couple of the week. There you go. See, Eddie Morales. He was kind of the outside guy. He was like a 2-guard, 3-guard.
Yes.
Via JoJo was
Oh
the
my
monster
God, yeah.
inside. Like he was the guy that
Now he would have those. They had Del Rio had Brown.
Yeah,
that year,
exactly.
and, oh my gosh.
Of course,
the
he's
styles
at West
between
Go
those two,
East.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those were
Michael
modern.
Brown. Yeah, those were the formative years when we still threw rocks. Yes, we still threw rocks at the
buses.
opposing buses. Yes.
No, for us when we lost that playoff game, they went to the playoffs. We all got to go to the game, and on the way out, they threw rocks.
There
at
you
our
go,
bus.
you see?
Oh my God.
It
Yeah.
is what it
Yeah.
is. It's the rivalry. And for you guys, as far as the rival, who's your rival in district? Like, who's the team that you just, you know what? I just don't want to
Say
see.
it.
And I'm not trying to do anything like that as far as, but
No,
who's the team that
for
you,
us, the one that we compete with is Southside. Southside's the
Southside.
one that we always give back and forth. Even though when they have a better team, we come and play and tie them or win them, and we're like, yeah, that's it.
That's the team that.
Yeah.
Would you say the same thing, Coach?
I'll say Southside because the kids are about the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
and the coach,
Scrappy Hispanics.
yes. And then
No, and then I mean the coach for Southside. I
Highway-
mean, we've got like a friendly rivalry, yes.
Highway
And then
16.
Yes.
yes.
Right? Is Highway 16?
But then Southwest.
No,
We've had good games against Southwest.
Yeah.
we've had.
Competitive.
Yes.
Very competitive.
And I mean, this year, I mean, it's just unbelievable. They've had an incredible run. I know for the most part, they're looking at going to state, winning state. I mean, that's incredible to kind of have that in our district. A possible state championship team, and so for them, it's state or bust because that's what they've been working on. They've had some disappointments deep in the playoffs. I mean, they can say that. That kid, I mean, that team is well run.
You got Caleb there in the middle.
Yes.
So
I mean, those guys are just. They're incredible.
Well, talking about that, Coach, and go. You have them later. I think,
Tuesday.
Yes.
Tuesday, right?
you get them on Tuesday.
Here.
Over there.
No, we go
Oh,
over
over
there.
there.
Go over
Yes.
Okay, so what was the game plan in the first round, and what changes your game plan for this one?
Well, for the most
Leading
part,
up.
the game chain stays the same.
Stays the same.
You can't do much. I mean, for them especially, the game plan has always been the same. We focused our formation on what would work against Southwest, what would help us against Southwest. Are we going to defend? Are we going to go at them? And any which way that we try to do it, I mean, it's just going to be tough. We've had some tough games with them, and I appreciate Coach Jaramillo, who was there before, having some great competitions against them. They came in once, they didn't know what to expect, and we beat them. They didn't expect that.
There you go.
And that set up a great relationship there too.
Yes.
And now Romero, he's there. He'll say, hey, if there's one game, despite what the records say,
Don't sleep on Winn.
Don't sleep on Winn, man.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, and it's just one of those things. It's the grit and the culture that you guys have built there at Winn, and it goes through all sports at Winn.
Mm-hmm.
The culture and what Winn sports is all about. Am I right, Coach?
That is correct. We never quit. We always go give it our very best.
Yeah.
Get maximum effort.
Yeah. Coach, as far as the girls, I know you talked to them after the game, in talking to them, of course, they were applauding, but for you, you kind of see it as a moral victory of the fact that you were in the game, you had your chances, because you also put some shots on goal too.
Right.
And their goalie kind of did her job in keeping it out of the back, the back of the net, but moral victories, do you consider it kind of a?
It's always looking at the positive. You can look at the negative and try to correct everything you did wrong, or you look at the positives and build on your positives, right? So that's what I told my group. Forget about what we did wrong. Let's do what we did right and focus on that and make it better for the next game. Okay, that's what we're trying to do. And the moral victory there that the other team didn't score in the second half.
Yeah.
And our goalie shut them out. So our defense and goalie did their job, and we're focused on that and get better for the next game.
Well, and talking about your goalie, you have two goalies. In of course, the first half you have Castro, and then in the second half you have Ariola coming in.
Right.
And how big is it to have two different goalkeepers to come in and do a job that kind of is one of those things where, should I keep the first goalie in, or should I give the second goalie an opportunity, a goalkeeper to
So like Castro's very aggressive. She likes to move up too much. That sometimes she gets into trouble for moving not too much.
Yeah.
But then again, if she's able to get that ball before the other team, it helps us out.
Yeah.
And the other girl is more stay put, but she's more athletic and she's more competitive. She'll go after any ball and she try to win almost everything.
Yeah.
So she's a good girl. Both of them are juniors, by the way. So
So you're gonna have them again next year,
hopefully,
which is great. Coach, as far as your goalkeeper, the freshman, do you have anybody that you can kind of, or by default, because the guys kind of ask for him, is like, hey, it's your game back at the net?
I mean, yeah, and right now, I mean, it is the situation that we're in. I mean, the best guy needs to step up. The next guy needs to step up, and we do have him in a good backup. We've had some great help from a senior that hasn't really played but has brought in some energy, and he's brought in some knowledge because his dad is a player and he's helping us with the goalies as well. And so we appreciate that help. We appreciate everybody kind of coming together, and the goalie group actually has come together. They've supported each other. To be honest with you, we've got with 3 goalies here right now.
Yeah.
All of them could basically step in there and actually play for us on varsity.
As far as your rotation and your subbing, and of course it's free substitutions in and out. It's not like international, where you lose that guy for whatever, but it's the free substitution. How much does that play into kind of your favor in understanding that you can put fresh guys in any particular moment?
Well, we use it. I mean, we know we can't just have a team of just 10 field players.
Yeah.
We have to have a bench, kind of like in basketball. You have to go a few deep, and so you just kind of figure out who's going to have to come out at certain points. If there's a certain position that has been having to run
More.
In certain games, sometimes it's in the middle, sometimes it's the edges. Who's going to need a break? And so we need everybody to be ready to play whatever position. So that's the one thing that I really kind of like about our kids is that I can put one guy that says he's a defender. I can put him
As a forward.
And we did. I mean, our Italian defender, we put him as a forward last night, and he almost put a header in the score for us.
Of course, our producer is giving us the footage from Tuesday night. Is the Eagle Pass Eagles talking about Red Race?
Yes.
They're riding a 2-3 game winning streak.
Yeah,
they beat LBJ 2-0. In that game, the tremendous play by Diego Melgoza, getting on a breakaway, putting it in the back of the net, and then Del Toro getting a shot from just outside the penalty box, and it was fun kind of watching that game and broadcasting it. As you know, I know the basic terminology of kind of every sport, but it's just a simple fact that when he shot it. And he put it and just yelling "goal!" like that for me is just
that's next level, huh?
Exactly. It's like
You were waiting for that, right?
I was waiting that one of our teams would, Of course, when the other team goal, that's it. That's all you get from me.
Exactly.
If you're on the opposing, and I'll be very honest, I'll make a little bit, but no, you're gonna get the excitement when CC Winn and Eagle Pass do.
Yeah.
And soccer's coming around, so it's becoming a more popular sport. And now we need to know more because it's going to be here in the United States in a couple of years.
Yeah, that's right.
We got to be ready for that. Everybody needs to have the vocabulary. Everybody needs to know the chants. Everybody's got to get ready for all that soccer.
The chants, let's not go to the chants.
But the Eagles made the playoffs.
They're kind of in the how are we getting in the in the mix of things. There you go. Bringing the Chicago Dogs right here. Man, this is. Guys, you got to come by and tell them you saw it on Now You Know Sports. Now You Know Sports is what's giving you the Chicago Dog. We can't get a close-up because my camera operator is over there sitting down. No, I'm just kidding. He's because she's one for you, one for me. So I guess you can go first.
All right.
Guys, as you want to know, of course, the World Cup is a big thing.
Yeah.
Is that something that you guys look forward to every 2 years or 4 years?
Every 4 years.
Yeah, every 4 years. Is that something that you look forward to?
Oh, of course.
Or is basketball? What's your favorite sport?
Well, I follow. I mean, obviously a little bit more fan base in football, but I follow basketball. I play basketball, but soccer, is special. And so, I mean, we watch at home early in the mornings on Saturdays EPL, and that's what we like. We follow
MLS.
EPL. EPL.
Oh,
English
EPL.
The
English
Premier League.
Yes. The Premier League.
Yes.
Okay, Coach, do you look at that? See, he's putting the picture of the Chicago Dog on. So make sure you guys 1296 Doria Boulevard. Let me tag it. 1296 Doria Boulevard. Chance and Lee's 776-7656 is the number to call. 7 days a week, 11 to 11. Call them up. Tell them you saw it on Now You Know Sports. The Overtime Sports Show is where they see it, and he'll hook you up with the best dog out here. They also have like gourmet dogs. Like they have a.
Oh, they smell. I mean, it smells awesome.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Yeah.
See, so I mean, do you keep up with MLS, or do you keep up with more of the European
I like to watch the Mexican soccer. I'm into Santos.
So you want
Santos.
you're the Santos and
Yeah.
Chivas and that one.
Unfortunately, my team is not doing that great. It's been 3 or 4 years it's been down.
Who?
But Santos Laguna.
Oh, okay, Santos Laguna.
That's the team that I like to watch.
And is everybody are you a Chivas fan?
No.
No, not really. No.
Cruz Azul?
No. I really don't keep up with
That's
Mexican
good.
leagues, to be honest with you. I kid with the kids, you know. If they tell me they're an Águilas, I'm opposite, right? So if they tell me Chivas, I'm opposite. Just to kind of, get
Yeah.
around.
Everything but the America. Nothing. Not that.
Well, I mean, of course, for me, I'm a sports fan in general.
Right.
We won't talk about the Cowboys. I don't want to talk about them right now. We'll talk about the Spurs, and of course, our Greg Popovich.
Coming
Prayers
back.
to him. He won't be back this season because, of course, his assistants.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a bunch of assistants that have gone and done great things. Of course,
But-
we talk about
It's a culture, right?
Yeah,
It's a
it's a culture.
Yes,
Exactly,
yes.
it's a culture. So, but he's trying to get healthy and coming back after his stroke and whatnot. But then we turn our attentions to baseball, and of course we're 20-something days from opening day,
Already.
and I think for most of us we're Dodger haters now. See, he laughs because it's true. In the 90s you were a Yankee hater because of course they had all those runs, right?
Yeah.
Now it's like I don't want to deal with the Dodgers, and I'm a Braves fan growing up. We watched
Yeah.
TBS.
No, but once you
used
say
to
that,
be racist.
I know I have to deal with paying across my room, and he decks out himself in blue.
Oh,
he
the
decks
Dodgers.
himself in the Dodger jerseys. Like, I know I'm gonna hear it. Baby.
Yeah.
Are you a baseball fan, Coach?
I used to watch a lot of baseball. I was a Braves fan, and now I'm a Houston.
Well, let's talk about Houston. You're losing the last part of whatever was consisted of the cheat year. I mean, no, I'm sorry,
The
not the
dynasty,
cheat
yeah,
year.
the
That's dynasty.
dynasty, yeah, the dynasty.
That dynasty.
All they have is Altuve, all 5'2" of him. That's all they have. But of course, losing Alex Bregman to the Red Sox and the 2-year deal. But what's your take on this whole thing, guys? With of course MLB, and now you're seeing Bobby Bonilla type of contract. Bobby Bonilla. I mean,
He's
who
still
would have
getting
thought
paid,
he's
yeah.
still getting
Yeah,
paid?
still getting paid.
And you got 5 or 6 guys on the Dodgers that have that structure right now where they're going to get paid even after the fact. So, what's your take on that, Coach? Should baseball have a salary cap just like football? And
Well, it's kind of like selling your soul right there, right? You want to win right now,
Yeah.
And that's competition for you, right? That's sports.
Yeah,
You
it's-
want to win. You want to win.
But I think there's got to be some kind of control, like cut.
yeah,
That's too much.
for me, it's just one of those things where in our world, the rich get richer,
Yeah.
and the small market teams
Yes.
Yes.
just fight.
Yeah. Yes.
It's let's
You got to fill in the schedule, right?
exactly. But again, is it good for the sport? Yes and no. I mean, it's you create those moments, and of
Yeah,
course, last year the big moment, Freddie Freeman.
It's not guaranteed that they're going to win, right? But
No,
yes,
it's
they
not.
have the most talent.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking, 1 through whatever the case may be, but and you see that in soccer as far as like teams getting teams from other clubs to. Am I right? I mean,
No,
you've
we
seen
got-
it. Have you?
Yeah. The idea that sometimes because you have the best athletes, that doesn't mean you're gonna win. I mean, you could have a Messi, but if the whole team around you is not a team, then it defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
Was it Monterrey picked up Sergio Ramos?
Yeah.
But money is going to talk. I mean,
Yeah.
money talks, and if you can afford it, or even if you extend yourself to get those good players, it might work.
Okay,
Is that
so
fair though?
you guys started talking now, with soccer. We're coming back to the soccer thing. When you see the World Cup,
Mhm.
is USA first and then Mexico, or is it Mexico and then USA? Or like,
Come on.
let's be honest. I'm a guy that I'll follow.
Yeah.
I'll follow USA up until the third game of the group stage because that's where they're going to end up just finishing. and then Mexico makes it,
Yeah.
makes it into whatever round,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
round of. But I mean, is it like that, Coach?
Well, I think since COVID this way, both teams are having a hard time trying to get their best team out there.
Yeah.
Both of them are having hard. Coaches, players, everything is up for grabs. But right now, everybody's restructuring. They're getting ready for the World Cup. We'll see in the World Cup how it goes.
Mhm.
Coach.
What do you think, Coach?
USA right now is either stronger than Mexico.
That's hard to say. I mean, that kind of hurts because I remember growing up, it was Mexico first.
Yeah,
and the
exactly.
USA.
Yeah.
Mexico because of the high level of players, the high level of play. And USA was the scrappy team, right? The
Yeah.
one that, it's hard.
Yeah,
It was,
exactly.
and you rooted for them as an underdog and stuff like that. Yeah. And just
Ugo. Coach Garcia said recommends the Chicago dog. Yeah, he's a native Chicagoan.
Yeah, of
course.
So
Oh,
when
yeah.
he tasted it, he was like, "It's authentic."
he won't let us forget. Yeah, he's a Bears fan. Yeah. The Bears.
The Bears.
Bears, definitely.
Yeah, he's from the north side. That's right. He's a Cubby. He's a Bears fan. He's not a White Sox fan.
I'm gonna try to make him a Cowboys fan one of these days.
Oh my God, Coach! As far as talking about the sport of World Cup, the women's side has done a tremendous job.
It's been dominated by the United States for a while. Yeah. So, but lately, the rest of the teams have come up to their level. So now it's more competitive. It's not only USA. Now.
Yeah.
There's 5 teams or 6 teams that at any point they could be the number 1 team.
And Mexico being one of them.
Mexico is coming up.
Spain.
Believe it or not, Mexico is being up there.
France.
They're not at their level, but they're getting there, and they could make a surprise.
But they got a couple of girls in the Mexican team that are from the USA.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, a lot of them they come and play college here, and then they go back and play
And play.
with their senior team.
Guys, as we're getting almost an hour into this, and it doesn't seem like it, right? It's like a ceremony. You come in, we talk. The camera, you can forget it's there.
Yeah.
Because we talk about what we were talking about some guys on your team.
Yeah.
Who is like a couple of guys that we can watch for on the team, Coach?
Well, I mean,
And classification and their names.
well, our seniors. I mean, for the most part, that's going to be very hard to kind of let them go this year. I mean, my son was part of that. Daniel, he was a scorer. He's been a great, solid player for us, along with his classmates, Chuy Perez. We've had Obi Garcia, we have Justin Martinez, Sergio Prieto.
Victor Herrera.
Victor Herrera, who we just learned he was accepted to Wayland Baptist University, so
Congratulations.
expect him to continue on, and we have produced this class. I mean, I wish we could have shown a little bit more, but they've done
4 games.
of course, of course.
Like it's one of those things where 4 games you can do a lot in 4 games.
Of course. I mean, and if we play like we did last night, man, we I mean, of course, we're going to be in there. Those guys have been kind of the heart of the team up to this point, and now some of the other guys are going to have to step up. We've got some that have shown a lot of great talent. Diego Cabañas is going to come back for us and play. He's been starting since he was, he started as a freshman. Yeah, his sophomore year. Santi Carrion, he started as a freshman. He's still in there. Isaiah, we lost him a little bit, but he's going to come back. He started as a freshman. And
Injury bug.
Yeah, and we've got some other ones coming up. Hopefully, I know Kevin Sugaki got injured as a football player, but he's come in and he's literally shown some fight. He got a red card for fighting last time. So I mean, but I love that. I love the spirit in him. He does a great job. He battles, and hopefully, we get a few more like that. That can,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I have not seen a red card. I've seen a couple of yellows. I haven't seen a red card yet. I thought we were
only
gonna
in Valentine's.
Well, actually, the game on Tuesday night, there was a scuffle between Eagle Pass and LBJ, and I thought we were gonna get a red card, and they just I was like, wow, okay, you're letting them play. Coach, Ashanti Lara showed also a lot of
Yeah.
a lot of heart out there. She was scrappy. Talking about her, Rodriguez, is it Samaris?
Samaris.
Samaris?
Samari Rodriguez.
Also, coming in as one of your subs, right? She subs in. Brianna Rodriguez was, I think, a sub.
Mhm.
So those coming in, coach, and Montserrat también Gonzalez also came in and did a tremendous trying to win those 50-50 balls and getting it in the mix of things. You did see more of legacy kind of getting aggressive with winning the ball, but from them it showed that they were playing more aggressive.
So yeah, anytime any sub that I make, I'm trying to match the intensity of the game. You're gonna go in there, you gotta give it all you got and give it, go for that ball. Work together to get the ball and try to score. Defend our side and attack using the sides, using our wings, and giving that effort when you come in.
Yeah.
Keep the intensity up. If we start slowing down, the other team's gonna get the ball, start the possession, start controlling, and start attacking a little bit more.
And those girls that I mentioned, coach, are they underclassmen? Are they upperclassmen?
Seniors, Samaris,
Okay.
our winger, she's a senior.
Lara, Santi?
Ashante, she's gonna be a junior. Funny thing about Lara, I did a summer camp one time. She was like 7-year-old, and I took a picture with the whole group, and now look at her, she's playing varsity with us.
There you go.
Like she has developed, she's gone through the whole thing. Now we have her playing at varsity. Lara and Lisette.
And
Lisette also went to
Lisette Carbona.
that camp. Yeah.
Nice.
So it's like a whole circle coming back and coming.
Well, and we'll talk to you guys, coaches, as far as has the league. Of course, we had the border league, the league under the bridge, of course, for many years. I coached it. I know my son played before we got back, or when we got back from Del Rio in 2012. But how big has that helped the program? Having the soccer league, the youth league.
It helps. I mean, once you create another aspect for them to go out there and participate, to sharpen their skills, to be able to compete, practice with working with different people, all of that goes together, and all of that kind of helps out in us getting those guys to compete. And I know sometimes it's a little bit difficult sometimes for us because now we got to deal with grades, deal with discipline, and that's another layer, and that's fine. But the fact that they're out there preparing themselves and having an opportunity to learn the game, play the game, that's great. And I even tell some of the young kids, if you go out there and ref the game, and that teaches you another aspect of the game as well.
And that's one of the big points that for myself when understanding that the kids are part of the game, the referees are part of the game, but don't become the game.
Yeah. Yes.
And in soccer, it's
is it a part of it?
Is it a part of it? Yes or no? Yes.
Yeah.
You've seen it.
Yes.
As far as the referees part of the game.
I mean, they have to control the game. If you don't control the game, then things can get out of hand.
Yeah.
So they got to be part of the game. As long as they don't make it their game.
Yes.
When it becomes their game, then it becomes another show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's got to be like 50-50.
Yeah, you know what? We're touching on the fact that the game in basketball last week, they made it about themselves. I'm just throwing it out there. I can, as a media, I can.
Can I take a shout out to the city for the city complex they did that really brings up our soccer level, because the fields are level. They can actually make passes and play real good soccer. Not everybody uses those fields.
You know what? I'm gonna. Saw Ross International is playing here Saturday.
Yeah, they're coming on Saturday.
The only reason why I'm shouting it out is because I want them as an advertiser. That's the only reason why. But
Shout out to
just
Saw.
call me 830-968-2010 and we'll get you some advertising. We'll actually go out there and broadcast some games if you don't have your your broadcast team out here. Again,
but that's going to open up another opportunity for our kids to go out there and look at it, exposed to it, and hopefully, get that idea that they can go out there and play too.
They can see it. They might want to do it more.
As far as your programs are concerned, coaches, on the girls' side, you've been at it for 18 years at Winn, and out of those 18 years, you've got the saying, hey, these girls from our program went to the next level, even if it was Division III, JUCO, whatever the case may be. you had girls
Yeah.
go out and play.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it takes a lot because there's not a lot of leagues here for the girls. And now you see it at the complex. You see little girls playing as a whole team.
Yeah,
In the future, that's going to help us out a lot.
yeah,
But it's just developing that. We're in the process of getting to that situation where we get a lot of girls that are developed and then go be more competitive.
yeah. Same thing on your side, coach, as far as having guys that have gone to the next level and played at the next level, got the education because of the sport.
We can say Rodel Gomez. Yes, played 4 years at Prime Manor, graduated, and now he's an assistant coach at Boston College, the women's side. Now he's at Emmanuel College.
Yes. And so we've had a few that have gone on, and that is an awesome feeling, to be honest with you, to know even if they go and they get their education and soccer kind of opened the door for that, man,
Yeah.
that is incredible.
There you go. Don't forget, guys, of course, every Thursday, the Overtime Sports Show. This is kind of our regular place when we have these gentlemen, whenever we have coaches and student athletes come by. But, of course, once we have the crew in Grant Bibb, shout out to Grant Bibb, Hyundai of Del Rio, 422-3900 is not number to call, 776-0815. Yeah, guys, I have a lot of information that I just kind of put out there. But, yeah, Grant Bibb, a great supporter, Hyundai of Del Rio. Also, Poncho Nevares hasn't been able to be with us because he's been busy with the Venados as far as film study and this and that because they're getting ready for their spring season. So, again, it's one of those things. But those, look at that.
Hey.
Why is my producer doing that? It's like no, he's teasing our viewers. Come on by, and it's at 1296 Durham Boulevard here in Eagle Pass, Texas. 776-7656 is the number to call. 7 days a week, 11 to 11. They're here. It's a great atmosphere. They got video games. They got vintage video games. Pac-Man. They got what else? That Galaga. Pinball machine. They got Mortal Kombat. That was one of my one of my favorites back in the day. But shout out to everybody. Shout out to all teams. Of course, we started with Eagle Pass High boys on Tuesday. We got to catch them live, and we were able to also lend our voice to EPISD. That was pretty cool because, of course, they have different camera angles and all that good stuff. But they heard me say goal, and that was for me. When I see it reposted, like somebody puts it on their Instagram, and then you hear your voice, and it's like, damn, that's a good goal.
and that's what soccer does to you.
Exactly. Yeah, it gets you. And then, of course, we had last night. We're at the student activity or the Cozumel Foster Rivera in Marseille with Coach De Los Santos and the girls. CC Winn. They lost 2-0. Tomorrow we got the girls and Hugo Garcia and seeing what they got in store for us tomorrow night as we broadcast them against who was it?
Alexander.
Yeah, Alexander. So
good luck to the Eagles.
Yeah, good luck to Hugo and the Eagles.
And Teeters too.
Yeah, I know Coach Reese with the win against LBJ kind of put him in that second position, spot. Yeah, in great position to of course make a move. They still have a chance, an outside chance to get a share of the district title, which I don't know how long has it been, Coach. Anybody has had a district title. You won district
19 was the last time we got it.
You won district
I don't think the Eagles ever had first.
No,
I don't think so. No. It took them 32 years to get back to the playoffs. So, I mean, I'm not.
You're not, but you're not rubbing it in.
No, I'm not. But again, Coach, it's just one of those things. Eagle Pass is known for baseball. Baseball is top tier.
Yes.
Coach Mendoza and of course we had Moncada, we had Coach Farias in the 80s.
Yes.
You know, again, it's our blood as far as Eagle Pass.
Yes.
Baseball is the
what we're known for.
what we're known for. And then we go into football, but it was in the 90s because the 80s was not good.
Hey.
No, it wasn't. Come on.
No, we came out on ESPN.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember those. But we would show up every night, every Friday night. We were there
at Old Eagle Stadium. Here, they got the school district has to do something about that. That's like
that's just a bunch of history, right?
It's more than history.
Yeah. That's tradition, right?
that stadium has a lot of memories in football, has a lot of memories in track.
Yeah, the Mavericks and Eagles actually started playing there.
In that stadium. So why not renovate it?
Yeah.
You know, and keep it going, and it should be a historical mark. It should be.
It should.
You know, because
we coached there
First.
and at SEC. There, the crowd is part of the game.
Exactly.
They're right there on you.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, those are
Even in soccer.
Yes.
those are the kind of stadiums that you want. You want the atmosphere, the fans right on you.
Yeah.
You know, and that makes the difference. Talking about basketball, when you had the gym packed, it was a different
Oh
atmosphere.
yeah, of course.
You know, and it's like that. And then of course you go into other sports where, you know, it falls back. But again, the coaches, along from you guys, from everybody else that has coached here in Eagle Pass, of course, the biggest one back when CC Winn and Coach Villaseñor went to the third, fourth round, that the whole town
Yeah.
was,
Yeah.
you know, you.
Oh yeah, I remember that
you
because my
packed the
son
sack.
was a kicker.
Yeah, it was a
that
kicker.
day.
That's what I wanted to mention. He was a kicker there. And again, those that's when you know that the community is one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's a great experience. Yeah, and everybody shared in that. Everybody, I love the fact that at that point in that run, it wasn't about north side, south side. Everybody was supporting it. It was a great feeling.
And it should never be like that.
Yes.
It's one of those things where it's in the district says it. It's one
what
district.
district?
We're both Eagle Pass, so we both have.
Yes.
We're all related. Like
That's what I'm
we should all
saying.
stand together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Making it as a division.
Exactly. So again, guys, I appreciate you guys coming on. Again, don't forget we're gonna have still some soccer, some pitch action tomorrow, and then Saturday. Of course, we got Coach Rodriguez and the boys from CC Winn as they take on the visiting
McCollum
Cowboys, which you guys was close, right? But no, it was a close game, was it?
Yes.
It was a close game.
It's 2-1. It was a misty night.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, those cold, misty nights in
It wasn't San Antonio.
in
Yeah.
December,
Yeah.
in December and January, Coach.
We've been lucky, to be honest with you, Freddie. I mean, it got cold, but we have been out in
Colder
literally
weather.
freezing precipitation and out there. Like it's frozen, and we were out there.
One year you played Brenham. The
Yeah.
scrimmage just started sleeting.
It's
Wow. So you guys beat them. You guys lost 2-1 in that game up in McCollum.
Mhm.
What are your three keys to the game for coming into that game on Saturday?
If we can come in with the effort that we had last night, I think we'll take it.
There you go.
Yeah.
You
take
heard it
it.
here. Now you know sports. Now you know.
No,
Guys, thank you very much for I think we're about wrapping it up because I think we've gone past the hour. Usually we like that. Now don't forget All American Media LLC, our producer and our co-host, of course, our business partner Ruben Camarillo, who brings you Now You Know Eagle Pass, the news side, and Veronica Peña, his co-host, and our entertainment and Spanish news. She's gonna every Friday catch their show. They're going to be something different than what I bring you. All I bring you is sports, and more sports. That's all I do.
Come on,
So-
Freddie. You know you can do a little politics. Come on.
I'm not even getting into that. Let's not even go there right now. But guys, thank you once again for joining me on another edition of the Overtime Sports Show. Don't forget also if you guys want to go to the Houston Stock Show Rodeo, visit besttickets.com. Overtime 24 is the code as for Coach De Los Santos, Coach Hernandez, Coach Rodriguez. I'm Freddie Leia. Good night from Chance and Lee's. Till next time. Now you know sports. Now you know.